If I were a boy, even just for a day, I'd roll out of bed in the morning and throw on what I wanted and go.
What's your name?
I'm Connor Patton, and the name that is dead now, or the name that I was given at birth, is Kayla Patton.
And why did you choose Connor?
My mom and me decided to stick with the C name, and we sat down and had a long conversation about it and decided on Connor.
Tell me about when you decided to come out.
I wasn't planning on coming out, but this new school, Itinerary Early College High School, definitely showed me that there is people that are supportive out there. My old school, I got bullied all the time. I actually ran into a friend of mine, well, not really a friend. I ran into a former student that was at my old school, and they just looked at me weird, and it brought back memories that if I wasn't at the school, I would have never came out, and having that support definitely helped me come out.
Do you think you would have come out in college then, or?
I think college would have been more accepting also, so I think once I hit college, I would have came out.
So how did you know that you were a guy?
Ever since I was pretty little, I didn't really think that I was different. I thought I was like one of the guys. You can see pictures of me. I wore the most awesome jerseys, and I was just one of the guys until I was about 14 and I hit puberty, and I thought that I just had to be this way. And I definitely went through some depression stages and really bad time in my life until I finally figured it out, and I went with it, and ever since then I've been so much happier and so much better off.
So do you think other people are born trans? Do you think it's something that's been predisposed to you since birth?
I think that somewhere deep inside, if you know, you know, and at one point it's just gonna hit you, but it's hard to say if somebody is just born that way or if they kind of figure it out. And some people, they're not just trans, they're gender fluid or gender queer, and they don't really pick one, and that means that they chose both at birth.
So before you came out as trans, you said that you were bullied a lot. Why was it that you were bullied?
Because I was different, and if you're different, you're not in the cool club. It's not okay to be different.
So before you came out, what was your sexuality like?
To everybody else, I was just straight. I liked guys. I knew that I liked girls a lot more than guys for obvious reasons. Just they're better. But I like girls more, but I was also too scared to say anything. So I just identified as a female, and that I liked guys. I was straight.
So do you think that when you realized that you had to start acting like a girl, does this kind of make gender a performance?
Oh, for sure.
Can you
It
elaborate?
definitely does. I think if you have to act like somebody that you're not, it's a performance at that point. If you go on stage and you act like a character that you're not, if you act like a hipster character but you're totally a nerd that's into technology and stuff, it's always a performance. If you have to be somebody you're not, it's a performance.
What does being trans mean to you? What has it brought you?
That's a hard question. Being trans, I think it's brought my attention to new things. I don't think before I would have hidden at the Pride Festival and stuff like that. They had like little signature things that you can sign off on getting gender fluid bathrooms in Utah and stuff like that. And I think I probably would have walked past and not really noticed anything. I would have just kept walking. But ever since I came out, it's everything that has to do with trans has definitely been brought to my eyes, and I try to be an advocate towards making other trans lives more easier.
So how does it feel knowing you're a part of the LGBT community?
It feels nice because all of us are as one, and if one person from the LGBT like Q community is getting teased or anything like that, everybody's gonna step in. It's like you have your own group of different people. Usually in high school you have your own little norm group of the jocks and the cheerleaders. For us, it's our different group. Everybody is different and everybody is unique in their own way, and that's what makes it nice.
You said LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Do you consider being queer a category, or are we all just queer?
It's hard because I think everybody a little bit at a time has to be a little queer. Like, you gotta have that little secret Jennifer Aniston crush or Channing Tatum crush. My girlfriend, she identifies as straight, but she has to have just that little glimpse of just a little bit queer to be able to date me. So I think everybody is queer in their own way.
What is trans everyday life like?
It's a lot more difficult than anybody would ever think. I went swimming with my best friend and my girlfriend, and it's not just an easy going into the changing room and getting to change. It's more of, where am I gonna change? Is somebody just gonna fling open the curtains and see me and then I get beat up? I'm scared that I'll be walking down the street and somebody just decides to pick a fight with me. It's scary, and I have to watch out for my life every day.
Do you think that there is a pressure to have surgery?
I think every trans person is different in their own way, and I think we all have experienced everybody pressuring us and telling us what we are and what we're not, when inside we know exactly what we are. So in the long run, what people say isn't going to change our minds, but I know for a lot of people it is a pressure to start hormones or to get surgery, and the problem is that if you pressure them, there's so many bad side effects, especially towards bottom surgery and things like that. There are things that could go wrong. Some people, Ryan Costa as being one of them, he decided not to start hormones because he did not want his voice to change because he has a singing career, but he ended up getting chest surgery, and that's their choice. And so I think people need to either stop pressuring us or just minding their own business.
How does it feel knowing that you're always going to either be a trans man? You're not going to be a full man, you're always just going to be a trans man.
I think it's hard because my girlfriend's mom doesn't like me as soon as she found out I was trans, and I think that's a huge glimpse at the fact that as soon as somebody knows that I'm trans, I'm a completely different person, and it's hard for me to realize that I am. Sometimes I wish that I was a cis man, but at the same time, being able to be a trans man and open my eyes to the problems that transgenders face, it's so difficult to not see that. I would never, ever in a million years take that away from my eyes, because at some point or another, everybody should be able to see what we have to face in our everyday lives. And so I think when people say that I'm a trans man, and they'll always see me as a trans man, sometimes I'm like, good, because I'm gonna be an advocate for the trans community, and that's never gonna change. But at the same time, I wish that they wouldn't see me different.
Why is genitalia and gender so important to everybody else?
It's right back to the whole high school normal thing. Everybody wants everybody to be normal. You can't be different, and you can't have a voice like a guy, an appearance like a guy, but then have the genitals of a female. It just, people don't like that. It's different, and people don't like different.
Why do pronouns matter?
Once a transgender male or female has come out, their pronouns mean more to them than you would ever imagine. And we have so much patience while everybody is trying to get a hold of our pronouns and trying to make it easier for them. Not using our right pronouns is like putting us down and showing us disrespect.
How does it feel when people use slang like don't be a girl, grow a pair, that kind of stuff?
So growing a pair hurts because we're trying. We're definitely trying. And it's hard because some people, they think it's a joke, but deep inside, like when you say grow a pair or be more manly or stuff like that, there's such a variety of range that being more manly is, there could be a feminine trans guy or a masculine trans guy, like a bodybuilder, or they could be like a little nerd trans guy. Like it's a wide range, and people can't say be more manly, or when you're trying to transition, people say, why aren't you being more like a girl? It's hard because they'll never understand. They're not in our heads, and they'll never understand why we don't feel that way and why we can.
How does it feel when cis actors play trans characters?
If they play it right, it's nice for people to see how it is, but most of the time cis male or female actors don't play transgender male or female parts very well because they don't know how it is. You'll never fully understand how it is unless you are a transgender male or female.
How does it feel knowing that there are trans actors like Laverne Cox playing trans roles?
So I think like Laverne Cox in Orange is the New Black, it definitely opens up our eyes to how we are treated even in prison. And it's nice for them to kind of get out there, like Caitlyn Jenner, and show people that we're just normal people trying to live a normal life while just being advocates towards everything.
Do you feel like Caitlyn Jenner uses her wealth and her status to her overwhelming advantage?
I think so. I think the only big thing that she's helped with a lot of trans kids is that coming out on like national TV pretty much. When she did that, a lot of kids felt like it was okay to come out at that point, but since then she definitely has had those privileges of having her own makeup artist and having the money to be able to get any surgeries that she wants. But some people just don't understand still, and instead of helping people understand and using her experience and using her transition as an experience and helping them understand her experience, she's just going on with money after money, and it's making a lot of people frustrated on, is this correct? Is this how all trans people feel? And it's hard for other people to understand other trans people when she's just using her wealth to show her transition.
How does your being white help you in the fact that you're white but you're not mentally ill?
Like, so I have gone through like my depression stages and stuff like that, but I think being able to be mentally healthy and mentally prepared for my transition has definitely made this transition easier. I came out about 5 or 6 months ago, and it was the beginning of January, and since then I have talked to a therapist, I've talked to a couple, and I finally found the one that I am most comfortable with, and I made a doctor's appointment, and I am going in for blood work August 11th, and I think me not having to go through so much therapy to make sure that I'm mentally ready has definitely gave me a privilege through my transition.
How do you think your life is going to change from going to being a white female to being a white male?
I think it will definitely be easier in the whole bathroom situation. Right now I go silently in there. I don't know what to do most of the time, and it's hard for me to sometimes see myself as a male because we don't have as much privilege as a male I hop in the shower and it just sucks, and I think that's definitely what's going to change, is that it kind of hits me hard when I look at myself and my body and I'm trying to love it, but I feel like it's not helping me. And I think once I am fully transitioned to male, it's going to be a lot easier on me, and it will finally feel comfortable.
How does it feel to walk into a men's bathroom?
So I've been very scared too, because I never know if I am passing that day or I'm not. So this one day I'm downtown, and a lot of the bathrooms downtown, you have to go to the front desk and ask them to unlock it because of all the homeless people downtown. So I went in to use the bathroom. I pushed on the girls' bathroom like normal. It was locked, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I was just thinking about it. So I turned, I pushed on the guy's bathroom, it was unlocked, and so then I let it shut, and then I went to push it again, and it was locked. Like, that's so weird. So I went to the front desk, I was like, do I need a key or anything to open the door? She said, no, I'll unlock it for you. So I said, okay. Went back, pushed on the girl's bathroom, and it's locked. And I realized as soon as I pushed on the guy's bathroom that she thought I was a guy. I ran in there, I used the bathroom, and then I heard somebody come in, and my heart dropped. And I freaked out, and nobody should be able or have to freak out in the bathroom. But I did, and I just finished my business, and I think the guy thought I was weird or something, because I booked it out of the door as he's just standing there going to the bathroom. And then my second experience is I was up in Bryce Canyon, and it was really, really hot. I was going on a hike. I had a cut-off shirt, and I had just a nice, comfortable yellow sports bra, because you should never work out with binders. So I was going to go on this 10-mile hike with my mom, and we were just talking. I went into the bathroom with her. I did my stuff. I went out, and there was this girl, and she just looked me dead in the eyes, and she said, "Oh my God, there's a guy in the girls' bathroom." And I kind of freaked out, and I didn't know what to do, and it's one of those hard things. I kind of just wish I took off my shirt and threw it at her, because I hate the whole bathroom situation. Why does you just go in and pee, that's it. I don't understand why it has to be such a big shocker situation in society.
Do you think you're ever going to get bottom surgery then?
That's something that I've definitely looked at. There's different stages to it, and I'm just super scared about if it's just going to be for looks, because I would like it for show, because sensitivity and stuff.
What does your future look like?
So August 11th, I go in for my blood work for my hormone levels, and at that point, about 1 to 3 weeks later, I will then go back in to talk about it, and at that point me and my mom can figure out if she is ready, and we can get signed off, and the doctor will prescribe the correct amount of hormones, and I'll start that. And then I'm hoping to, when I'm 21, when my body is fully finished growing and everything, and be able to save enough money to get top surgery and just run around shirtless everywhere. And at that point, I'm hoping to be going into my medical and doctorate school, stuff like that, medical school, and I'm hoping to have a loving, supportive girlfriend by my side, and to be settling down and starting to figure out what to do about family, because I really love kids, and I'm deciding if I want to freeze my eggs or adopt. I want to grow old, a happy old man. That's all that it comes down to.